Let me tell you a story today. One where you all are main characters. Would you like that? You and your friends have just won an inter-school football championship and you want to celebrate your victory. So in the evening, you have invited your friends to a pizza parlor for a treat. 7 of your friends will be joining the treat and some of them are vegetarians while others are non-vegetarians. You need to place the order for all of them. You only know that the number of veg eaters is one more than the number of non-veg eaters. Knowing this, you need to find out how many veg pizzas you should order and how many non-veg pizzas. So now you have an interesting puzzle to solve. You know that the total number of your friends is equal to 7. Veg eaters is equal to 1 more than non-veg eaters. That is, veg eaters is equal to non-veg eaters plus 1. Just by looking at this, you know that the number of non-veg pizzas will be 3 and the veg pizzas will be 3 plus 1 equal to 4. Therefore, veg pizzas plus non-veg pizzas is equal to 3 plus 4 equal to 7. So, you will order 4 veg pizzas and 3 non-veg pizzas. This was simple, right? Also, did you realize that you just solved a pair of linear equations in 2 variables? How? Let us look at it once again algebraically. We learnt in class 9 that an equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is called a linear equation where a, b and c are all real numbers and a and b are both non-zero. Using this, let us go back to our scenario and try and make the linear equations with the information that we have. In the situation given above, let the number of veg pizzas be x and non-veg pizzas be y. Therefore, by the first condition, x plus y is equal to 7 and by second condition, x is equal to y plus 1. These two linear equations are in the same two variables x and y. Equations like these are called pair of linear equations in two variables. Thus, we have our pair of linear equations required to find out the two variables, that is, the number of veg pizzas and non-veg pizzas here, which is denoted by x and y respectively. Thus, what we can gather from this example is that if we need to find out two variables, we need two linear equations. Similarly, to get the solution of 3 variables, we need 3 equations, and thus, to get the solution of n number of variables, we need n number of equations, and so on. Essentially, you need to have as many equations as you have variables. Friends, in our example above, we could easily do the calculation in our mind as the number involved there was small. However, in real life examples, when the numbers involved are bigger and several conditions are attached, we need help of these kinds of sets of linear equations to find solutions. We now move on to see how such pair of linear equations look like algebraically. The general form for a pair of linear equations in two variables x and y is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, where a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2 are all real numbers and a1 square plus b1 square is not equal to 0, a2 square plus b2 square is not equal to 0. Some examples of pair of linear equations in two variables are 2x plus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0 and 9x minus 2y plus 8 is equal to 0, or 5x is equal to y and minus 7x plus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0, or x plus y is equal to 7 and 17 is equal to y. In the first pair of given equations, 2x plus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0 and 9x minus 2y plus 8 is equal to 0. If we correlate it with the general form of linear equations, we get a1 is equal to 2, B1 is equal to 3, C1 is equal to -7, and A2 is equal to 9, B2 is equal to -2, and C2 is equal to 8. Similarly, we can find the values of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 for the other equations as well. This was really interesting, isn't it? I am sure you must now be really excited to learn more about this. Therefore, tell me friends, do you know how such pair of linear equations would look like geometrically? Wondering, huh? Okay, let me give you a hint. In class 9, we had studied that the graphical representation of a linear equation in two variables is a straight line. Similarly, when a pair of linear equations in two variables is represented graphically, those are also straight lines. However, there can be three possible scenarios to it. Would you want to have a look? Here you go. When a pair of linear equations in two variables is represented graphically, then either the two lines will intersect at one point or the two lines will be parallel to each other. That is, they do not intersect. Or the two lines will be coincident. We will learn more about this in our next video. With this, we have come to the end of our video lesson. See you soon again. Till then, goodbye.